Good afternoon, this is Stephanie with Comfort Eagle. We are here doing a rooftop inspection on a builder's grade 3 tab. So just wanted to bring you up so you could see what you got going on. So as I came up the ladder, the first thing that I noticed was it appears as though you've got some siding damage around your chimney. Here's the water that's coming down through here is getting into this gutter and it's overflowing. So it's coming and getting back behind this chimney area here and just kind of eating this away. So we definitely want to take a look at this to make sure that it's not eating through the piping in your chimney. And then once I started my descent, you have a lot of nail pops. Basically over time what happens is that the nails themselves, as the decking starts to, the thermal contraction happens, everything starts to bend and shift based on the weather. The nails will start to shimmy up, and so they push through the shingles. These nails actually penetrate all the way into the decking and into the attic space, so any water that gets behind them can get directly into the home. There's quite a few of those, but just on this slope I also found some impacts. The impacts do appear to be a bit older, because what happens is whenever the hail comes down or something impacts the shingles, it makes an indentation like this where it pushes the granules down into the asphalt. And then over time, as the rain and the wind continue to come through, the loosened granules will just start to come away. So the shingles themselves are not inherently waterproof. What keeps the water out is the granules on top and the movement of the water. So as these granules start to come away from the shingles, it can be very detrimental. The asphalt behind them will start to crack and break, and then the water is able to get into the home. On the back side of the house, you do have quite a bit of blistering. You can see, like, it looks like impacts, but the difference being is that when something impacts the roof, it's going to be like a concave. But when it's blistering, and basically that's just the shingles themselves heating up, the asphalt blowing a bubble and kicking all the granules off, it's convex. So it makes it look more like a pop mark. And you have that going on across this side. It's not great. And then again with the nails, right? So it looks like at one time they had all been caulked up. Caulking only lasts about 5 to 7 years. So once that caulking comes away, that space is now able to be invaded by water. You can also see on your soft metals where you did have some hail impacts. You can see the impacts here. And then this side is kind of messy, right? So this shingle is starting to actually slide right out. You've got some underneath that are happening the same way. All of the exposed nails all the way along here, because your L flashing is not secured in. And so it started to come away, causing the areas like you saw in your inspection where they start to dip like that. Okay, so now then, let's head over this direction. All right, this is gonna take a sec, so we're gonna pop right up here. All right, so on your inspection, he was concerned about these dips. As you can see, this is really soft in comparison to the rest of the roof. I don't know if you can see that in 2D, but this whole section kind of moves. So I'm guessing there's water getting back up and in here. One that he didn't catch that's even more concerning is right here. And this area is super soft. Like, not fun at all. So if you don't have a leak in that area, I'd be surprised, or your insulation's doing a really great job sucking it all up. And then the other part here where you've got this indentation, also a little soft here as well. So yeah, not fun. But again, we have impacts on this side of the home, kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, just in this 10 by 10 square area, which is industry standard, right? This side of the roof, this is the one that catches all of your sun, right? And you can, it's really just fiberglass and some asphalt, a couple of shingles sprinkled on for aesthetics. At this point, they're not really holding any water out of the home. It's just the movement of the water that's keeping it from getting into the home. I did, however, count some impact points. Again, this is why I say I'm thinking that the hail is pretty old. Oh yeah, this is really soft right here. Really, really soft. So usually what makes the decking soft is that it's been saturated. Water's just getting in and just making the decking really squishy. So the difference between like new hail and old hail is like whenever the hail hits down, it pushes the granules into the asphalt. And like I said, over time, the wind and the rain will push it away. So that seems to be what happened here. And it takes a good long time for that to happen. And then eventually, as you can see the sparkly stuff in there, that's the fiberglass starting to show through. Fiberglass is not waterproof. I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 impacts here. All right, so, and then this front section, much the same. It just really catches a beat down from the sun. You've got a lot of nail pops here. You can see there's 2 that have popped through the shingles there. You've got 2 down there. All the little X's, those are where your nails have popped through. And you can see the hail impacts here where they were just older. And then you've got 2 wind-blown shingles. Basically, wind-blown shingles are when the wind gets up and underneath of them and it flaps them around. And it leaves a nice long crease line at the top of the shingle. Eventually what will happen is it'll just rip that shingle right off of the home, exposing the keyways and that felt. So we definitely want to keep that area nice and clean. So, same thing going on in the front. We've got some wind. We've got another wind damage shingle here. My major concern here was this section just over the doorway. Do you see how it's kind of sloping in? We've got a lot of water coming from this downspout, and any water that gets into here, your downspout there is clogged up. So it's just going to overflow. And when it does, all of this water and that water will start to churn. And so it's able to get back in and behind the shingles. So definitely want to keep an eye on that. Try to get this downspout to go all the way down to that gutter just to alleviate the churn. If that makes sense. All right, so yeah, I know you were hoping I was going to come up here and tell you that it's not much going on and that you shouldn't be concerned, but yeah, fortunately you got a lot going on up here. So yeah, I'll be down in just a minute so I can help you avoid the nightmares and the headaches associated with expensive interior damage. Thanks.